We cheat. Yes.
Dirty, rotten cheetah.
Cheat Day Taste Test.
Stick this in your mouth.
Dun, 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 dun. So Colleen brought us a very special treat, and she's excited today because she has never put this item in her mouth.
Not ever, never. It is Betty Crocker's Dunkaroos.
But you got to say it Australian like Dunkaroos.
Dunkaroos.
The mascot back in the 90s, at least, used to be a delightful animated kangaroo.
Okay, so when did these come on the scene?
In the 90s. This is a very 90s snack food item.
This was not something that appeared in my home.
Yeah, because you used to eat cornbread and you thought that was a treat.
Why does everybody make fun of that?
I mean, if you have to ask, you don't get to know.
Rachel, question.
Yes. Yep. Don't encourage her now.
I want to know, have you ever had cornbread?
I have not.
I feel like cornbread might have been off shelves by the time you were of cereal eating age.
It doesn't sound familiar.
I'm considerably older. It's a delight. And I apologize for my co-host and my producer that like to not think it's good.
Cornbread is fine, but it's not as exciting as a Dunkaroo, which is a cookie that you dunk into frosting in a tray. It's kind of an offshoot of the handy snack. Did you ever have a handy snack?
Okay, that was a sometimes experience at my house.
Or a Mootown snacker?
I think I got, what is that?
Which is the enhanced version of a handy. So a handy snack was a tray, a plastic tray that was full of crackers, and then it had a deposit of cheese product.
Yes.
Now,
and never forget the red spreading tool.
Yes, the red spreading tool.
Which was my favorite because the last thing you would do is just lick everything off of that.
Now, Mootown snackers, oftentimes those were pretzel sticks with their own cheese product for dipping, which, by the way, the cheese product was a superior cheese product experience. But
why are they called Mootown?
I think that was just the cute name that the company gave them because, get it, cheese, cows, moo.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, but now
90s.
Dunkaroos, now I do understand I'm going to dunk something. That feels like,
yes. Colleen is opening the tray, which is revealing a tray of cookies with the letter D on them.
Okay, I'd like to just point something out that I was not aware of.
Yeah.
In my mind, because I'd never seen a Dunkaroo, I thought they were larger cookies. These are like tiny. They're like the size of, what is that? Like a penny?
Maybe a quarter.
Dime?
That's
maybe?
That's a quarter size.
Yeah,
that's
maybe.
the size of a quarter.
Okay, it's smaller than I thought. So they're these little tiny. And then on the other side, this is just like some funfetti frosting.
Yeah, that's it. Betty Crocker
That's
style.
all it is.
Yeah. Now, when you handed me the Dunkaroo tray in the break, Colleen, my first thought was, this thing is very insubstantial. So I think that my memory of Dunkaroos were in proportion to the size of my body when I experienced them in the 90s. Meaning, I ate these as a kid. Perhaps they seem more fun. As an adult, I'm like, oh.
That's all?
That's it.
That's all?
That's great. All right.
Okay, so
we're already underwhelmed.
Well, and actually, before you eat anything, this is what because this is my first time having a Dunkaroo. Holly, this is what I want to know from you as you experience the Dunkaroo. Does it hold up to your memory of the Dunkaroo? Okay. Now, Rachel, I think I asked you when I handed these off, did you ever have Dunkaroos? And the answer was no.
No. Yeah. I remember them being around when I was a kid, but it was never something that blessed my household.
Okay. So we're blessing your household now with the Dunkaroos. Okay, so the two of us are having them for the first time. Holly, you are going to tell us if they hold up to your memory. So I've gone and I've dunked.
Yeah, I put a lot of frosting on mine.
We're ready to go. Oh, do you spread too? Or did you just
I just dunked.
Just dunk it? Okay, I'm going in because I've never tried this before. So the cookie itself is kind of I don't know. Is that just sort of like a plain vanilla cookie?
Yeah. It's akin to like a honey graham.
Maybe.
Those little graham crackers with the bear that were shaped like bears, another 90s treat.
I'm sorry, what?
Teddy Grahams.
Oh, Teddy Grahams. Yes, I do know those. I'm not getting a graham off of it, but I am getting, just a plain crunchy cookie. And then the frosting is just Betty Crocker frosting.
It's fine. It's fine.
Can I just say the packaging for me gets a 2 out of 10.
Oh,
2 for the color because I like the color. It's very,
mm-hmm.
very pretty, very 90s actually.
Right.
But it was so hard to open, and I don't know if you can kind of see.
Oh,
it,
did
but
you
it,
have
like,
a? Oh,
it was one of those things where you kind of like try to do it gently,
Yep.
and then it backfires, and then they all go flying everywhere.
okay.
So the
that's what
engineering sucks.
Yep.
I do love this because we've never actually given a rating to the packaging, and that is important.
Yeah.
But Holly, do they hold up?
It's fine.
Okay.
They hold up in as much as it's sweet and it's edible. As an adult, I'm not going to be wasting my sweet calories on Dunkaroos, that's for sure. This is something that you buy for your kids, and then it might be a desperate moment and you're looking in your glove box and you're like, oh, yeah, I got these Dunkaroos.
Yeah, and then you go, that's me with goldfish at my house,
This
right?
is,
Like,
this
I'm like,
is-
oh,
yeah.
I'm so hungry. Oh, good, I have goldfish in here.
This is the sweet equivalent
Oh.
of rogue goldfish in the
Okay.
glove box.
There you go. So now, as a first timer, I'm going to go ahead and say they're not what I expected. Something, because the way people talk about Dunkaroos is like this is the greatest thing. Dunkaroos are the best. I can't believe you've never had Dunkaroos.
No, your nostalgia is lying to you. I'm
For
going to tell
sure.
you that right now.
These are fine.
Fine.
I could get the same thrill dipping anything into frosting, frankly. Anything.
Here's the deal. Pro tip for anybody who's listening who's an adult. Here's what you do. You go and buy a package of graham crackers. And then you get a whole container of Funfetti Betty Crocker frosting. And you make your adult Dunkaroos. You sit on the couch and you eat that. It's just going to be a way better experience.
Yeah, I think that is the way to do it.
Yeah.
Also volume. Right? Like if you're going for volume, I feel like if you're doing this to begin with, you've had a rough day.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or like a rough week.
Yep.
Maybe it's been a month. I don't know. I feel like go big or go home. So get yourself the full tub, get yourself the full box, and just get in your feelings and your sweatpants.
So how many Cobras for Dunkaroos?
I don't know. I'm
Colleen?
going to give it 3. It's like, man, it's fine.
Rachel?
I'm gonna give it 2.5.
I'm going to give these 2.
All right. When we come back, no more Dunkaroos. I can tell you that for free. But we are going to get to some celebrities behaving badly. We call them after.